What's up, everybody? I'm Sly, the movie guy, and here's my TV review on Jessica Jones Season 2. And this is the 8th Marvel Netflix series, and starring Krysten Ritter once again as Jessica Jones. And in this series, after killing the villain Kilgraves in Season 1, Jessica doesn't want to be known as a murderer. So she deals with anxiety, depression, and loneliness because of that event. And when her friend Trish shows her files of IGH, she convinces her to uncover the truth behind it, the facility that supposedly experimented on Jessica and given her abilities, which leads her to discover more about her past. I was really looking forward to Jessica Jones Season 2 because I love Jessica Jones Season 1. I thought the villain was great, the acting was great, everything was good about that series. It was investing, it was almost like a Law and Order type thing with investigating and mysterious stuff. I really enjoyed it. It's one of my favorite Netflix series. Just like Daredevil Season 1. I enjoyed the other Netflix shows. Some of them were okay. Like Iron Fist was fine, but not the best. But Jessica Jones was just the character I enjoyed from Season 1, and I enjoyed her on The Defenders. The character was interesting and read more about the character in the comics. And to say this, I actually say I enjoy Jessica Jones Season 2. Is it better than the first one? No. I'll get to those negatives towards the end of my review. But the thing about Jessica Jones Season 2 does well is they show us more about Jessica Jones. We learned about this character in Season 1. But this one, it's kind of like, more like an origin, a drop back, more of an origin story. Because we get to discover more about Jessica Jones. And what we discover is, as she's trying to learn to be when she's being a private eye, there's people in this city that when they ask her for help, they want her to kill this person. She doesn't want to do that because she doesn't want to be known as this murderer because of what happened to her, what the past and stuff, what she have done. She doesn't want to be, she wants to help people. And you can actually get behind her. That series does well of showing that of her character. And when other things happen, she wants to figure out what's going on in the city because there's other people that have having these same powers as her. And that would lead her of her doing the detective work and the private eye stuff. She needs to know what's going on. And that's when leads to when Trish shows her these files, and that's what leads her to the discoveries of knowing this stuff. Basically, it's like that in the first two episodes, and then the third episode. And during this time, Jessica Jones is struggling. She's going through breakdown. She's getting on nervous breakdown. She doesn't want to be alone. She ends up having problems during her life. She have the evicting notice on her door. She getting papers about leaving her apartment, and that's really hurtful. That you can actually feel for this character, and they nailed that part. But part of that is the performance that makes it so real. Krysten Ritter once again knocks it out of the park at Jessica Jones. She does well. She makes the character the same as like the first season with a great performance. She drinks alcohol. She treats everybody like crap throughout the series. You get to see that. She says stuff that's funny, that mean demeanor humor, basically. That's what I'll call it. It's something about that she gives this performance. So Krysten Ritter gets 2 thumbs up. As well as the other casting. Malcolm, that helps her out as her PI work, he does good in this film. He does good, the series. Excuse me, if I said film. He does good in the series. He does so well. I think his performance is well done. I think it was better than the first season. I think the second season, it well proved. I think all the performance does well in the series. And the performance make this series so real. That's why I think this actually, even though it's a comic book, it actually felt real at times. It felt real. And when we go, and that's what I wanted to talk about, the acting. And I'll probably get to more of that in this review later on. But back to the storyline, but when Jessica Jones is discovering, she learns more. She learns where things are not going right. She's seeing that why these humans have these abilities, and she goes to this facility and she learns more. And when she goes to the facility, she ends up going having flashbacks, and we learn these flashbacks, and they're surprising flashbacks because we didn't see a lot of that in the first season. We see a lot of that in this season, and I think I get a lot of that. And I learned more about Jessica Jones than I ever thought. And when she goes back to her home, I don't know if it's a little spoiler for y'all, but when she goes back to her home, she finds more. She finds more about her past that she never thought of, and that shocks me too. It shocks the character, but it also shocks us as the audience. This show actually gives us shocking moments just as well as a character. And I just couldn't believe we get so many shocking moments like that. And there's twists too in this series. There's some twists that I just didn't expect. And we get a killer on a loose that just have Jessica Jones abilities. And I was just shocked how this actress, Jeanette McTeer, plays as the killer that Jessica Jones had to figure out too. Just Jessica Jones basically has to figure out who's creating all this characters, who's creating these people getting these powers, and she has to get the killer. And Jeanette McTeer as the killer and as basically the antagonist, she does good. I couldn't believe it. She scares me. She scared me throughout this series. She really, really scared me. I didn't know what she was gonna do. I didn't know when she was just killing people left and right in the series. I was like, oh my God. And then that would create Jessica Jones of being the enemy. These cops thinking that Jessica Jones did this. And that kind of like, and that's actually not fair because we actually get behind Jessica Jones. We know she's not guilty and she's doing this stuff. And we just did not know what was going on. We're like, would they ever know that she didn't do it? And it really is heart-filling because we know she's a good person. Even though she treats everybody like trash. But we know that she's very, very good person. And she's trying to help people make a city better. And that's why I think we learn from a character like that. We learn from our characters that they just want to help. They're not known for killers. They're not meant to be this person. And that's when Jessica Jones realized that she wasn't what she's meant to have these or not. Her friend said yes. Her friend Trish wants that ability just like her. But Jessica says this is not her. It's not fun having this. You think, and Jessica Jones trying to convince her friends like that. She's trying to convince her friends. And which leads us to another character arc, which this person have like an illness sick, Carrie-Anne Moss character. She has illness that we just get behind. I'm not going to spoil it, what illness she has, but she has this illness. And we actually can feel for her character too, because now we see what's going on behind her. And I enjoyed it, but I think there was too much about her it got too exhibition heavy on in this series. It kind of gone there, but it kind of didn't mean anything. It didn't really do anything, but I just didn't care for it. But that's one of the little things I just didn't care. It just kind of like looped around too much. And other things looped around too. Basically, when Jessica and Jones, Krysten Ritter played Jessica Jones and Jeanette McTeer, I forgot what Jeanette McTeer's character played. What's her character name? But when they meet each other as the protagonist and antagonist, they both have the same abilities. Almost like Spider-Man and Venom have the same powers. So Jessica Jones basically met her match. So that would really got interesting. Them two, when they got together, that really kind of tacked on it. They really meet each other around, I think, episode 5 and 6. So you basically get to see that. So that was really good. That was really good. And then the twist is that we get to know Jessica Jones have a relative. Not going to spoil it, but it's a relative that Jessica Jones finally meets. And it shocks me. It shocks her because I did not see that coming. I just didn't see it. I was like, and then towards the end, something happens that just left me like, that could leave you emotional because Jessica Jones felt for this character and you're like, and you just didn't know it was going to happen like that. I was just at silence when that happened. And the twist of this series had so many twists. The discovery and the twist just left like things here and there. Far as for the flaws in here, the negatives I have for Jessica Jones, it was so many slow burns. The slow burns was around episode 3 and 4 and 5, and there was like a couple of them that were exhibition heavy. When we get to Trish and Carrie-Anne Moss, like I mentioned earlier, we get these character arcs where we know what Trish wants, like Jessica Jones, and we get what Carrie-Anne Moss character. But when those things just took over the storyline with Jessica Jones, it just kind of dragged. And I was like, can I get back to the other ones? Can I get back? That's what I felt like. I did not want to go. I didn't want to go back to that. I feel for the characters, but I think it kind of went too forward of messing with the storyline. And then other thing is, the slow burns was the issue, and that happens with the 13 episodes of the Netflix series, except for Defenders. It just kind of Daredevil season 1, even though it was good, it was a couple of slow burns. Iron Fist had that, and Luke Cage and Punisher. All those had slow burns, but it all depends how you do the positives and the negatives. And I think Jessica Jones has some good positives that outweigh some of the negatives of it. Overall, I enjoy Jessica Jones season 2. It's not as better than season 1 by no means. It's still a joy. It's still the mystery of it and discovery of what Jessica Jones finds out about her. I'm kind of curious how season 3 is going to go forward with this character. I'm kind of curious. I still like the character from season 1, season 2. So, and Defenders. So I'm kind of curious. I just can't believe I just love Jessica Jones season 2. I thought it was good. I enjoyed it. I hope y'all check it out when y'all get a chance to see it on Netflix. I'm going to give Jessica Jones season 2 a solid B. And let me know in the comment section, did you enjoy Jessica Jones? Did you or not? Tell me what's your favorite Marvel Netflix TV series. I'd like to know that too. And as always, if you like this video, click thumbs up. Or if you're new to the channel, click subscribe. That's why I can see you next time on Sly the Movie Guy. Peace.